it's Sam. So today I am going to be doing a drugstore makeup kind of like get ready with me. I'm just trying out a few different drugstore makeup products. That way for the people who are kind of on a budget or are just looking to spend less on makeup, these are some affordable options for you guys. And I just wanted to create kind of like a just like more of a neutral kind of like everyday makeup look. This would be great for work because it's nothing crazy or dramatic. There's no like major colors in here. It's just like very kind of like nudes, neutrals, but there is like a little bit of a kind of sparkly, not sparkly, but you know, kind of a shimmery finish. So I hope you guys enjoy this look. Again, every single thing from start to finish is drugstore. So my primer, my foundation, my powders, my blush, my mascara, like literally every single product is drugstore. So I hope you guys enjoy. If you want me to do more drugstore looks, then absolutely give me a thumbs up, comment down below. I'd be happy to do more for you guys. And I hope you guys enjoy this look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let's get on to the video. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Mwah. Bye! Okay, so the first thing that I'm taking is the Vichy Thermale Mineralisante. This is a mineralizing thermal water. And I'm just going to go ahead and spray that all over my face. I have moisturized, but I'm just going to kind of like use this as like a primer almost. So I'm going to give it a good shake. That's relaxing. Okay, that's really nice. That's like comes out like a really nice like fine mist. Okay, so next we're going to be using the Physicians Formula Lay Velvet foundation. I have the color Sand Beige. This is a limited edition. They have like a new limited edition collection to celebrate their 80th anniversary. And I am going to be taking, on one side, I'm going to be trying out the new e.l.f. What is this called? It's the Silicone Blender and Highlighting Sponge Duo. So this is, it says it's a highlighting sponge, but I'm just going to go ahead and use it as a foundation beauty blender. What I do like about it is that it's really big. It's kind of glittery, which is kind of concerning because I'm like, is the glitter going to come off on my face? But I love how squishy and bouncy it is. I'm actually going to go get it wet again because it's already dried off a little. So I've gotten it all wet again, and I'm just going to go ahead and dip into this. And we're going to see. I have no idea. I haven't tried this foundation out yet. So it says it's a long-lasting formula that provides buildable coverage, conceals skin imperfections and discoloration, evens out skin tone, and visibly minimizes pores. And it also has an SPF of 15. Oh, this is nice. I love this sponge too. It's so bouncy and big. Okay, I didn't think this was actually going to be very good coverage, but look at that coverage. That is really great coverage. Okay, this color is way too dark for me, guys. Shoot. Well, I forgot that I had like faded out to be the palest person on earth. God, it's amazing when your self-tan wears off and you realize how white you actually are. There we go. No one will know the real color. Wow, I'm really pale right now, guys. I'm really actually quite impressed with this foundation, guys. Actually really great, and this sponge is fabulous. Like for a drugstore product that is going to be really affordable. Look how big this thing is. I mean, it's ginormous. It's bouncy, it's fluffy. There's so many beauty sponges out there that are drugstore or like more affordable options, and they're so stiff and hard. They don't bounce, they don't really like get any bigger. They're so dense that you just cannot do what you need to do with them, you know, and that's annoying. And this is just quite fabulous. Okay, this foundation honestly looks so beautiful. It blends out easily. It goes on really great. Let me just get up close because that's the true test. Wow. This looks so nice, guys. It's so skin-like, and my skin is completely covered, and I do have breakouts at the moment. Please let this last throughout the day. Oh my gosh, this is like so gorgeous on the skin. Can you guys see that pretty, just like natural kind of like finish? Okay, so Sand Beige was way too dark for me without self-tanner, but if I had self-tanner on, I would be fine. It's just, I faded out. Okay, now I don't actually have any new concealers at the moment. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my Super Stay Better Skin, and we all know that this is great. I'm actually doing a swap with my cousin from England. She was like, shall we do a little swap of things that we can't get in each other's countries? And I was like, yeah, that sounds fabulous. So she's gonna get me my concealer. I will leave her channel in the description box so that you guys can go and subscribe to her, so that when we do our swap, you'll already be prepared. She does a little bit of like beauty, and then she does a lot of like mommy stuff. She has a new baby, well, not really new anymore, I suppose, but she has 2 kids, and so she does like a lot of kind of more mommy stuff on there, but I think she does beauty stuff every now and then as well. So definitely be sure to go and check her out. She is from England, so she's got a lovely little English accent, and I miss her a lot. Okay, for powders, I have 2. I'm going to use one underneath my eyes and then one on the rest of my skin. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Fair Light. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. It comes in this snazzy little square. There's tons of different shades in this as well, so it's not just like, it's not like a translucent. They have, where the heck is my brush? So there's, it looks like there's 6 shades. So the light, they're actually quite dark, and they have kind of like a pinky undertone, or at least this one did. The light medium is like pretty tan. They have medium deep, but these, I feel like they run a little dark, so just keep that in mind. And then they also have deep. But there are like a lot of different shades, so it's kind of nice if you are looking for something that's not just like a translucent, but you actually want it to match your skin tone, then that might be a really good option. I haven't tried these out yet, so we'll see how they do. This is 10 Light or Fair Light, and you can see it's not super light, to be honest. Like, it's got a little bit of a yellowish undertone, so I'm hoping that it's gonna be okay. So I'm basically just gonna set my whole face with this one, and then I'm gonna take the lighter one and I'm gonna put that underneath my eyes. So now I'm gonna take 05 Fair, and I'm gonna stick this underneath my eyes, and hopefully it'll add a little bit of brightness. Okay, so that's adding a little bit of lightness. It's not like as bright as I normally do, but I think it'll work. Okay, I wanna look up close and just see what that powder looks like on the skin. Wow, everything looks really smooth. I'm actually impressed. Everything is looking really smooth. It doesn't look powdery or cakey. So far, so good. Okay, so for contour, we are gonna try the new Maybelline, shoot! I was gonna try out this e.l.f. Silly Sponge thingamabobber, whatever it's called. Silicone blender, darn it. Okay, I'll have to try that out in another video. But I loved this thing. This thing is highly, fabulously recommended. This is the Master Bronze and Highlight Kit by Face Studio from Maybelline. And I am gonna go ahead and try this baby out. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and take this warmer shade right here in the middle. Sometimes I hate when these powders are so like skinny, because my brush is so big that sometimes it ends up getting like a couple on at the same time. So I wish they would just make them more square versus long. It's really first world problems, so it's nothing major. It's just my brush is dipping into the shimmerier one, and I don't want that. And this is the E3, guys. I've had so many people asking me about my brushes lately. Can I even talk? Formula seems to be blending out nicely. It's not too dark. It's just like a nice amount of contour. I'm happy with that. I think that is really pretty. So for blush, we're gonna take the Physicians Formula Butter Blush. These are really fun. This is in the color Natural Glow. This is a Muru Muru Butter Blush. This one looks like it has a bit of a sheen to it. I don't know if it's gonna be dark enough, but we'll see. Oh, it's got kind of like a little bit of a golden glow to it. It's kind of like a nudie peach. Oh God, it smells good. Oh. It's coconutty. Okay, so there's definitely a little bit of a glow there, if you guys can tell. It's kind of just like this like subtle kind of golden glow. So that is really pretty. It doesn't put a whole lot of like color down. It's pretty subtle. I am going to add just a little bit of this color. This is Vintage Rouge. I'm just going to add just a little bit of that, more so in the back, just to add a little bit more of a kind of pinky. Okay, so I have two highlighters that I really want to try. This one is the Maybelline Master Chrome by Face Studio Metallic Highlighter. This is in the color 100 Molten Gold. Looks really metallic and really, really pretty. So, but it might be a little too dark for me, so I don't know. We might have to mix. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. It just melts into the skin and it's super beaming. Do you guys see that glow? That is so beautiful. This is definitely very gold though, so if you are of more fair complexion, this might be a little bit too dark because it's almost on the verge of being a little too dark for me, and I'm obviously not that dark, so. But it is, like, if you want like a really golden glow, it's beautiful. I think I am going to have to mix another color with it just to lighten it up a little bit. Because it's just a little gold on my skin tone. I'm going to go ahead and take the Physicians Formula Powder Palette Mineral Glow Pearls. This is also a part of their 80th anniversary collection. I am going to pop that on top. Okay, that's way more pigmented than I remember. Oh, oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to be really glowy today, so I might just look like I'm from space. This was a lot more pigmented than I remember. I am like seriously glowy. Hold on, I need to calm this down. I'm looking a little glowy right here. Wow, that is glowy. Okay, so those two mixed together are actually really beautiful. Like I said, that gold is a slight bit too dark for me. So if you're fair, then don't get the gold. But if you have more of like a medium tan to deep skin tone, I think that would be really, really pretty. And when you turn your head and those two mix together, I am literally gonna blind someone, and they just melted into the skin. Like it just looks wet. Like it looks like I put a liquid highlight there. Okay, so for brows, I'm slightly nervous because these are really thick. It's like a big chunky pencil. So I'm hoping I'm not gonna like jack this up and look like a complete nincompoop. So wish me luck. These are the Brow Drama Crayon Pomade from Maybelline. This color I have here doesn't say. I don't know what the colors are. I have a blonde and kind of a taupey color. I don't know about these. These are so thick. I'm kind of nervous. I'm gonna try the blonder one first. Okay, that's too light. I think this would work if you already have like pretty big brows, but since my brows are not big, it's a little challenging. Okay, it's kind of good at like just filling in. Yeah, I feel like if you already have brows, then this would be great. This color is actually really good. I think for me it's a bit of a struggle because I need that precise line, because my eyebrows are they're quite thin. But if you have bigger brows and you just need to kind of like fill in a little bit of sparseness, but you have like more of your own brow, this would actually be a really great product. It kind of almost feels, it says it's a pomade crayon, but it kind of feels like it goes to a powder once it's on. But it actually did a really good job. It's very kind of like natural looking. I'm just gonna go ahead and clean up the edges a little bit. It's kind of created like a waxy finish or something, so that I can't really get this pen to work quite as well. Okay, it's not my favorite product in the world. I feel like it would be much better on someone who actually has like their own eyebrows, just to kind of like fill them in a little bit. It's more of a kind of helper versus an actual doer, if that makes sense. I'm gonna go ahead and use this little Kokie Cosmetics brow mascara, Tinted Eyebrow Gel. This is in the color Blonde. And I'm just going to go ahead and take a little bit of that and just kind of like brush them out just to set them in place and kind of lighten everything up. I have two different shadows from Physicians Formula. This is also part of their 80th anniversary collection. This is the eyeshadow quad in Classic Nudes. It has two kind of like really sparkly shades, which are right there, and then it has the two neutral shades. So we are going to go ahead and just use this. I'm going to take this like more kind of neutral tan shade first. So that's actually not very dark at all. That's really not a transition shade. That's actually a lot lighter than I thought it was going to be. I am going to take a little bit of that pearl highlight and I'm going to put that on my brow bone just to kind of brighten up. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and take this brown shade and we're just going to stick that in the crease instead because that other one was not happening. This is actually like a really nice, like kind of warm, like milk chocolate. It does have a good amount of like an orangey shade to it. It actually looks like it's going to be deeper. These colors are kind of tricky because they look like they're going to be darker in the actual palette. So like that transition shade is literally the color of my skin. There's no like really color to it whatsoever. I am noticing some fallout, so keep that in mind if you're going to use like a liquid highlight, then don't do that before you do your shadow. So now I am going to take a flat brush. This is the Sigma E58 cream color. I'm going to take a little bit of MAC Fix Plus on my brush. Whoop! I just squirted myself. And I'm going to dip in to this kind of like sparkly shade right here. It's almost like a, I suppose it's like a champagne. Oh my gosh, yes, this is like so pigmented. That's really, really beautiful. It's like a really pretty kind of like champagne, kind of very light, creamy golden. And by using that Fat Fix Plus, I cannot even talk today, that MAC Fix Plus, it just made it like extra creamy and like really pigmented. So I'm just gonna kind of blend that into that end bit. Wow, that is beautiful. Okay, that color, actually the brown is really nice as well. The tan color is just too light. That sparkly color is amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and take that brown color that we put on the lid or on the crease and just kind of blend that out. I'm gonna take a liquid liner. This is from Maybelline. This is the Master Precise Ink Metallic and the color is Stellar Sand. It's kind of like this really pretty, kind of almost like a khaki gold, kind of shimmery color. And this applicator is like really thin and precise, which is nice. I do recommend shaking this up before you use it though, because when I first used it, like to swatch it, it was a little watery, so you just have to make sure that you like really get that like glitter and all the metallicness like shooken up. Okay, so that's really pretty. It's like a really nice golden khaki. I am going to take a little bit of the NYX, what is this called? Golden Bronze Slide On, Glide On, Stay On, and definitely a Turn On Waterproof Extreme Shine Eyeliner. Jeez, that's like the longest mouthful of a name ever. Okay, that's definitely not the most pigmented for the waterline, but it did a little something, so that's fine. Now I'm going to try the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. This is such a pretty packaging with the gold and the light pink. I'm going to curl my lashes. I don't think I have a lash primer that I know of at the moment that's drugstore, so I'm just going to go ahead and go straight on into the mascara. That way we can just see exactly how it works anyway. Let's try this bad boy out. This is waterproof, and the wand is quite fat and kind of fluffy. I don't normally use waterproof mascaras just because I find them like a real pickle to get off. Okay, so this is definitely feathery. It's not doing a whole lot of drama. but I will say it is like doing a very feathery fanned out lash. Okay, so that is one coat. So you can see it's not doing a whole lot. And there is something in this formula that is kind of making my eyes sting. Joy. Man, I really hate my eyes. They are such a delicate little flower. I mean, I finally found a glue that doesn't hurt them quite as bad. However, it's still not like great. It still makes my lashes, or not my lashes, my eyes water. Like it just makes them look really red, like I've like been up all night drinking or something. It just makes them like really red and watery and kind of like glazed over, and then it just kind of bothers my skin. The one that I have been using, because I have done a couple of looks with the false lashes, it's not as bad as some of the ones that I have used in the past. But it's still like, it's just really annoying when you do all of your makeup and then, you know, all day your friggin' eyes watering, and then it ruins your makeup. So it's like you spend all this time creating a really pretty look and then your eyes are just like glazed over and like dribbling all day. Try not to have to wear them if I don't have to, but they do make such a beautiful difference, like with looks, especially if you're doing like a really dramatic one. I mean, it does make it look so much better, but sometimes it's more hassle than it's actually worth. So I'll do it every now and then for you guys, but it's just not the most comfortable for me. But yeah, there's something in this formula that is making my eyes kind of burn. It's not like terrible, but it's like a stingy kind of like, almost like a fume or something, if that makes sense. I just got mascara all over my eyelid. So I feel like if you work up this mascara, it does actually do a good job. I feel like I'm getting like a nice amount of volume now. I feel like if I had a primer on under this, this would actually look really nice. It's doing a pretty darn good job, I have to say. Look at that. I mean, I've built it up. It's decent. Now we're gonna move on to lips. The first thing I'm gonna take is this little chapstick. This is from Pacifica. This is the Cuban Mango Lip Balm. These are so cute, first of all, but they smell so delicious, and they just add a little bit of hydration. My lips have been so dry lately. It's just disgusting. I'm gonna take this lip liner from L'Oreal. This is the Color Riche Matte, and the color is 112 Matte Sturmind. These are really creamy, so be very careful when you use them. Don't press too hard because like they just, they're like butter. So you have to be really gentle with them. Okay, that color is actually really, really pretty for fall. I'm going to take the Physicians Formula Nude Chair. This is also from their little limited collection. It's kind of a weird design because it's got this like sharp edge, which is a little awkward to put on your lip. So that's actually a really pretty kind of like fall, kind of like brownie nude. I am going to lighten the center with a little bit of the L'Oreal Infallible Paints Matte in the color 340 Skinny Dip. This is a really beautiful, like very pale, kind of peachy nude. And I'm just going to put a little bit in the center. Okay, that's really pigmented. You don't need very much of that at all. I'm just going to blend that out with my finger. And then to finish off this look, I'm going to go ahead and use the Fix It Up Matte Setting Spray from Kokie Cosmetics. There is the finished look. That highlight, guys, oh my goodness. Amazing. Let's check the foundation now that it has been sitting for a minute. So the foundation is looking really, really pretty. It looks very skin-like. I am noticing some oil coming about already, especially like on the center of the forehead and the chin. Just a little bit. But it does look really beautiful. I'm actually really impressed. But the products that I'm the most impressed with out of this like whole situation is definitely this. I think this is amazing. This little e.l.f. beauty sponge. It's huge, it's bouncy, it's fluffy. It does a great job of blending out. So affordable. And it comes with the little silicone sponge or the silicone blender, and it's a highlighting sponge duo. Another product that really stood out to me was the foundation. I was actually kind of concerned that it wasn't going to be very good, and I mean, as of now, I like it. I thought the coverage was great, the finish was great, the blendability was great, the like how easy it was to use was awesome, and it has SPF 15. So far, I mean, I love when it's in a cream compact because I just feel like that's so easy. But usually cream compacts for me are oily and they end up getting stuck in my fine lines and wrinkles and they kind of break apart. So I'm going to come back and check throughout the day and let you guys know what I think about that, because that's one of those things where I love it right now, but it could be terrible by the end of the day. Powders actually were quite delightful. I mean, they smoothed out, they filled out my pores, they did a really good job, so those surprised me as well. These two highlighters I'm actually really impressed with. Like I said, this was really metallic and melted into the skin. Little gold for me, but if you're a deeper skin tone, this would be really perfect for you. But mixed with this, absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at that glow. I'm like seriously beaming right now. That eyeshadow was really beautiful. I was a little disappointed with that first color, but this color and that brown is gorgeous. And then as far as the lips go, I have to say I'm most excited about the lip liner because it's really creamy and pigmented and it's a really beautiful color. And then this 340 Skinny Dip is like totally I mean, you guys know, it's my color. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I've been really wanting to do a drugstore makeup look for you guys. There's so many really great products that I tried here today that I think are really just quality, pigmented, beautiful products that you can get and create just as beautiful of a look as if you were spending like a lot of money on kind of luxury or high-end products. I'm just loving my highlight. It is so glowy. Okay guys, so I'm checking back in. It's 8 o'clock. It's 7:54. I totally forgot to tell you what time it was this morning when I had finished. It was probably about 10 o'clock by the time I finished the entire video. So I probably put the foundation on maybe around like 9:15. So it's been on for like 10 and a half hours. I think that's a fair number to say. I did notice that throughout the day I did need to blot. I was a little oily. Maybe like 3 hours I noticed like, oh girl, you've got some grease going on. And it was basically my chin, my forehead, and right here, so like my T-zone. And I did blot about 3 times today, so it continuously just kept on like producing the oil. Sorry, I have an itch in my ear. Also, I noticed that I did have transfer. I had itched my nose and I noticed that I like wiped the foundation like all off the nose. Once you get up close, it's definitely like coming apart. You know, it's like gathering. It's super duper greasy. I don't know if you guys can see the oil, but I'm very, very oily. It's basically like completely gathered in my smile line here. My chin is all like stuck. It's completely come off of my jaw, and then it's all gathered into like my texture here. My nose looks terrible. It's not good. So basically it's like completely worn off of this area, but then here it's like super duper gathered, and I am noticing I have quite a few new breakouts, like little bumps that have just come up. This smile line right here, like I have foundation in wrinkles that I didn't even know existed. Like it's all of this like crepiness right here. My under eyes look really wrinkled. It does not look good at all. Like it looks really bad. And then if I go to like do this, it just like wipes right off. Like it just takes the foundation like right away. So as far as longevity goes, I would not recommend this at all if you have oily skin. If you have fine lines and wrinkles, also like, oh god, my nose is so greasy. I feel like it's creating wrinkles that I didn't even know existed. I would say it looks beautiful, or at least on my skin, it looks really pretty at first for like the first like probably 3 to 4 hours. And then I have no idea when it started to look crap. I was actually at the hospital with my friend for the whole afternoon. She had her baby early. So I was probably looking like a hot mess over there while I was hanging out with her. So I didn't check, I didn't look in the mirror because I was holding a newborn. Who's gonna look at themselves when they have a newborn in their hands? So I don't know when I started to look like crap. I was there for quite a while this afternoon, so I have no clue when it started to go downhill. But I do know that when I left, it was, let's see, what time did I leave? I believe it was 4 o'clock. And my face was looking nice. For 7 hours, it looked good. I just had to keep on blotting. Like I blotted before I left. And now that it is 8 o'clock, So from 4 to 8, I've had 4 hours of where it possibly went to crap. I don't know what hour it was, but looking at this now, like, I hope I didn't look like this at the hospital, because this is not looking cute. I look greasy and old, and like it's all stuck in my fine lines and wrinkles. It's just not looking great on my skin. So if you're oily, I would not recommend this foundation for you. If you're acne prone, I wouldn't recommend it, just because I noticed a lot of bumps that are popping up that weren't there this morning. And if you have fine lines and wrinkles, it's definitely going to settle into your fine lines and wrinkles. It did look really, really, really pretty for at least the first 3 to 4 hours. Like, I remember looking in the mirror and thinking, man, my skin looks beautiful. So there's my thoughts, guys. I hope that hope you found that helpful, and that kind of helped make your decision. But you saw it in the beginning. I mean, it looked really, really pretty at first, but this always happens to my skin. Like, most foundations, by the end of the day, it's like, whoa, girl, you are not looking good. Like, it just gets greasy, it gets into my fine lines and wrinkles, it gathers. So it's nothing new, but this is definitely one of the more intense greasy, gathered, like not looking good that I've had for a while. So it's a thumbs down for me as far as like longevity goes on my skin type. But like always, it's my skin type is different from your skin type. It's my opinion, so it could be great for you. I don't know, but that's how it worked for me. I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like this, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you want me to do more drugstore looks as well, I would be happy to do that for you guys. So just let me know by thumbing me up and commenting below. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah. Bye.